Barrington Tops is located about 4 hours northwest of Sydney, New South Wales. We entered off the highway at Nabiac, going through Barrington, the town itself, and then winding our way up the hill to about a 1,500 metre high peak. This trip we got the brand new 79 series for its first real adventure. The canopy's on, and we've also got the UEV 490. So sit back and let us show you around what is now one of our favourite bush camping areas. Nothing like turning up to camp in the dark. We're just taking a little side road into a camp. It's always a little bit disconcerting when you've got a camper on. We need to get to camp.
Yeah, well this time we've actually read the sign.
Actually more worrying because there might be something worse, but we'll keep nosing along. If we have to, we'll turn around. There's a little spot here to camp if we get stuck.
I wonder if that's snow. Nice and muddy.
How about we turn around?
Want to get out and guide you?
Yes.
Where? All right, a little bit more. Yep. Got it. It's not getting any warmer out here. Heading back the way we just came. Well, we've made it to our first camp in our little Barrington Tops weekend away, and we're at a little camp called Banksia campground. There's no toilets or facilities here. It's a complete off-grid free camp. We'll show you around in the morning, but right now we're going to set up.
The next morning we woke up and we finally got to see the beauty of Barrington Tops for the first time. We didn't realise we were so close to a cracking little campground. Missed it by this much.
So this is where we've camped, and now we'll show you the actual campground. Let's go. This is what happens when you leave late and you get to camp very late in the dark and you think you found the campground, but you actually haven't. We're camped up at the road, basically, just in like a little turnaround bay or gravel pit is what I'm calling it. This morning we've woken up and we've come down the little track into the actual campground, and it is stunning. Like, it is quite sort of almost rainforesty down in here. There's a little swing in the tree. The river actually wraps right around, so you've kind of got, you know, almost 360 of creek around you, and grass. Can't believe it. It's absolutely picturesque down in here. No one's here. We could have had this place all to ourselves, but we're in the gravel pit. We'll definitely come back here. I reckon in summer this place would be beautiful to swim because the creek is crystal clear, and yeah, it's a free camp. Beautiful.
Well, that's night one done in Barrington Tops National Park. It was an eventful night just getting to camp, but look, that's part of the fun. So we are packed up and we started making our way off to our second camp spot, which was going to be Polblue, which is probably one of the more popular campgrounds in Barrington Tops National Park. Obviously, we're going to have a look around on the way, so we get the camp packed up and head off.
Gravel pit campground, and we've just come up the road probably a couple of k's, and we're going to get some firewood because it was freezing last night. We did burn through a little bit of our wood, but we definitely need some more. And while we're in the state forest section of the Barrington here, we're going to get some wood, aren't we?
I found a really nice bit. It's laying over, but just held up by a couple of trees. So it means it's up off the ground, so it's got to give it a chance of being a bit drier. Because we're going to try and do a camp oven tonight. And we had been thinking maybe we'd done the wrong thing because we thought it was all national park, but mud map shows we're in state forest, and that makes sense because we're at a free camp last night.
Yep. Pearl a little free camp too. Definitely come back to that one if we're ever back this way.
We will be.
But now, get this wood so we can at least be warmer tonight.
Hold on to it.
Everyone.
Nice bit of wood.
We'll use this, eh?
Yeah. Perfect.
Lovely.
You actually cut that dead on. I reckon you can get one more in there.
Right, that's pretty handy. Actually can take a lot more wood if it's in one length like that, and then we get to camp and cut up. And having a battery chainsaw, you're not pissing everyone off in camp, obviously. Now, if I was about to hit the highway and do 200 or 300 k's at 110, I wouldn't go loading that wood rack up that heavy, obviously. So this is a just before you get to camp sort of thing. We'll probably be lucky to get over 40 k's an hour today. So it's nice and safe by putting a little bit of extra weight on the back of the camper. But that is super handy. So we'll put a bit more on the back of the ute. We've probably got enough wood for a couple of nights at a touch. Awesome. Next up, it was time for anatomy class. That's definitely cock rock. That's hilarious. Yeah, right. Well, we'll let you guys decide. We'll get a few shots of that, eh? That's hilarious. Believe it or not, this point of interest was actually marked on Wikicamps. We've come across little funny things like this before travelling Australia. It's just good to lighten the mood.
Why do you think it's called
One
cock rock?
question, what is a cock though?
What'd she say?
Is it a cockatoo or something?
Yeah, that's it.
Well, we just pulled up at the Honeysuckle picnic area, and there's a little walk here. It's a 1k loop. We're not doing too many big hectic walks this trip because it is wet and cold, but it's awesome to get into the rainforest. So take the kids, go and have a look.
Barrington Tops is an extinct volcano and it sits at just over 1,500 metres above sea level. It's also part of the World Heritage listed Gondwana Rainforest. Hard to believe a place that snows in winter is one of the largest subtropical rainforests in the world.
Yeah, happy.
Yeah!
Back in the car getting warm, and about 5 minutes down the road is the Thunderbolts Lookout. From memory, I'm pretty sure that the sign said it was a 200-metre walk. It's more like a 1k return walk. It's a nice, easy one, and it's absolutely beautiful walking through all these trees covered with moss. Then you get to the actual lookout, and it is absolutely spectacular.
Well, we've just pulled up for lunch on our way to Polblue campground, our second camp in our little Barrington adventure. I just want to talk about a bit of the gear we've got on this trip. So behind us, we've got the UEV 490. Now, we've taken our UEV 14 back to Conqueror. Sad to see that one go. That was our first van we got from Conqueror, and we did quite a lot in that. So at the moment, we're in the camper trailer, which for this style of trip, I'm really grateful for. Last night, I happened to turn around on the side of a hill in the dark. Anything bigger would have started to struggle with. And having that smaller camper trailer in this hillier country is bloody perfect. So we are going to be getting something new again from Conqueror within the next month or two. But for now, it's in the 490, which that's why we're taking advantage of doing this style of trip. You'll see also behind us, the 79 has the brand new G-Works canopy on it. If you want to go and have a look of how it all went together at G-Works, that's on STS Garage. And then we will be doing a full walk around of the 79 series, including that canopy on this channel. And it'll really explain, you know, how we use the vehicle and whatnot. So that's coming up too. Another really useful little piece of gear we've got on this trip actually is the guys at All 4x4 Spares hooked us up with some handheld Oricom UHFs. These are really high quality ones, and there's quite a few reasons we got these. One, I don't have the UHF in the ute yet. Not having a bull bar on it, I just haven't had anywhere really to mount that aerial. Two, in this style of country, a really high big aerial UHF isn't much better than these handhelds with these shorter aerials. These are 5 decibel. The kids love playing with them, and we are using them to death when we get out of the car to film. So bloody handy little bit of gear when you're reversing trailers. So many uses for these, and they get overlooked. So thanks to All 4x4 Spares for hooking us up with that. So we'll have a bit of lunch here, and the kids have got some weird game they're playing, and I'm happy because they're eating lunch. So go show us how you eat lunch. Hey?
What?
Very rarely she's stuck for words. Oh, what's going on, Hoppy? Oh no, Willsy done her ankle. No good, mate. Bit of a netball injury. Eh? So what's the aim of the game, Harps?
You do scissors, paper, rock, and then whoever wins can eat, and whoever loses has to.
Anything that makes them eat their lunch?
Scissors, paper, rock.
Good by me.
Oh, yeah, I like it. We could play this with beer.
That's dangerous.
It is.
We made it to Polblue, the highest picnic area and campground in Barrington Tops. This is a very popular little spot, especially when it's been snowing. Lots of people make a day trip up here. It's some of the closest snow that you'll see, particularly if you're in the northern part of New South Wales. It actually snowed here the night before we arrived, but it wasn't enough to hang around. Stop. Yeah, I reckon that's good. Good? I think it's snowing. It feels like it's snowing.
So Polblue campground, so there is really one thing to think about here, and it's all the trees. So we've tried to pick one without any dead branches in it, because you don't really have a lot of choice but to camp under them. They are looking pretty healthy, the trees, so it's only when you got really dead branches and it gets really windy, which we're not predicted to have wind, but there is a small prediction of snow, which would be nice.
I hope so, even though we don't have a heater in the van. But
Puddles.
it was really warm last night, and literally I couldn't even get out of the camper last night, even, you know, to have a drink after the kids went to sleep. No way. I was under that blanket, and it was very, very warm in the van last night, but yeah, I think it's going to be even colder here, so let's get that fire going.
Polblue and it is very, very cold here. Apparently they said last night it snowed for only 10 minutes. Only for 10 minutes. I'm really hoping that tonight maybe it might snow because, yeah. I have a jacket on, a jumper on, a long sleeve shirt on and trackies. So I hope it snows tonight because we love snow. And yeah, let's go have some fun.
Righto, 10 peg for the win. Oh, I definitely forgot the hook. What else did we forget? Butter?
Many things, like usual. Butter's a big one, especially when you're having toasties and toast in the morning.
So we'll get some coals on top.
Whoa, look at that.
Veggies are on. Yummy burny bits, not holy shit burny bits.
Broccoli?
Nice.
Ooh, yeah, they're kind of almost holy shit burny bits.
No, that'll be alright. It's alright. Oh, that's carving very
It looks
easily.
lovely.
It does, doesn't it? Right, a bit of a slow start this morning. It got down to -2 overnight, so we really didn't want to get out of bed. It would have snowed if we had had a bit of rain. We're going to head south on Barrington Trail. Where are we going, Duff?
Well, there's Carey's Peak there, which I've read it's a 14k hike, which we probably would have done, except Willow injured her ankle at netball the other day, so we probably won't be doing that one today. And it's been extremely wet lately, so I think it's going to be a bit
It's not going to
tricky,
happen.
that one.
And we can blame
Yeah.
Willow's ankle all we want, but 14k's is probably not on the agenda for us
No,
today.
not
But
today.
this Barrington Trail would have been a really good one to tow the camper down and do some more down south. So we're going to use today as a bit of a recce. We didn't realise we need more than 3 days in Barrington Tops area. There's heaps to do.
So where we're heading is actually it's probably the highest peak here. So we're only about 100 metres from the actual peak of the tops here. So the campground that we're at, it gets covered in snow in the middle of winter when it does snow here. But this is, we're keen to sort of see this area because it is the peak of the area. So
Yeah, so Polblue is 1500, the peak's about 1580.
Yeah.
So the whole area is so high, so you get snow anywhere really, but
yeah, it's just different country up here, you know,
Beautiful.
in the sort of alpine regions. It's beautiful. So we'll go and have a look and see what we find.
let's go and hopefully do a little bit of easy fall driving. Like I said, we're not hardcore fall drivers. I'd actually really love to take the camper on this journey, but it'd be good to see what it's like.
Yeah.
Let's do it. that's so our luck though. Normally there's a closed, you know, they're doing aerial shooting, which obviously you don't want to be in here if they're shooting animals from helicopters, as you suggest. But it does have a date on it, which I didn't really read. So 2nd till the 7th of June, which isn't here. No adventure continues. So we let the tyres down doing stuff like this. A lot of the reason is just to make the car ride more comfortable. It's actually not too bad now that it's got a bit of weight on it, but doing rocky, rough trails, you know, if you're in the car all day, it just makes it nicer on the passengers, and obviously to prevent punctures. I don't think the trail is going to get that hectic, but you never know. Let's do it.
Pools. It's absolutely picturesque down here. It's only a walk-in camp though, so unfortunately we can't come back here with a trailer, but absolutely stunning little spot here. After a bit of lunch, we jumped back in the car and headed towards Mount Barrington. We hear it's just a picnic area, but there are some waterfalls there. We didn't get far because we came upon a locked gate. National parks, I've noticed, have got a lot of places in the Barrington Tops locked off at the moment. Quite annoying, but probably due to the amount of rain that we've had recently and just the fact that they don't want people to rip up the tracks. So we turned back and went to Barrington Top, which was marked on the map as this particular point right here. It is known to be the highest point in the Barrington Tops. However, it was a little bit underwhelming as there was nothing signposted about it, no lookout, absolutely nothing to see. So we continued along the track and went to check out Little Murray Campground, which was another beautiful little spot to camp in the Barrington Tops. As beautiful as Barrington Tops is, as you drive through the trails, you'll see the damage that's been caused by the feral animals, including the Brumbies and the pigs. Hot tip, make sure you check out the National Parks website for any road closures in this area because they are closed from time to time for aerial shooting and baiting. it is so cold in here, probably because there's absolutely no sunlight or a little tiny bit coming through the trees. So we're just outside of the Barrington National Park at Stewart's Brook State Forest. And in this little section here is, I think it's a pine forest, but it's a little picnic area here and it's absolutely stunning. You don't even feel like you're in Australia. You feel like you're somewhere in, you know, Colorado or somewhere like that. It is so beautiful, quiet, a little bit eerie actually. But yeah, this little pine forest is sort of a little bit random, but very, very lovely. And I've heard that when it snows, this place just looks so magical. Yeah, very nice little spot here. A short drive from the Firs, we went to check out Polblue Falls. The falls itself are a nice short walk from the picnic area, and Horse Swamp Campground is a small camping area within walking distance to the falls.
Oh, she was a bit of a wild night. Heaps of rain. Started to get a little bit breezy too, and it's never good when you don't put ropes on your awning. I've gone all weekend with no ropes on the awning. I did look at the forecast and it did say there was no hectic winds, but a wild night nonetheless, and a wet, cold morning. So we got the fire going. Meg's put the wood in under cover last night. God bless her. Nice coffee, bit of bacon and eggs. Anyway, let's get on with the morning. Have a bit of brekkie. Pack up. Better effort than my bacon and eggs that I cooked. It's alright. It all tastes the same.
It's not pretty. Day here in the mountains.
It is freezing and it's time to go home, I'm afraid. We really tossed up doing another day here. You could actually do probably another 2 or 3 days because you got Chichester Forest, which is down south.
Chinchester.
It's got no N in it.
I think it's Chinchester.
Anyway, we'll put it down below what's right. We can argue over anything. No, it's been absolutely really blown us away. Barrington Tops State Forest
here.
and the National Park. It's been really nice.
Yeah, we're definitely going to try and head back here when we hear that there's some snow forecasted, because you can come out here for a day trip. It is a fairly long way from where we live, but I think if we could try and jag a weekend when there's a bit of snow around, that'd be pretty awesome.
We were praying for a little bit of snow, but look, we've been to the snow before, but I don't know, it's just different again. Everywhere you go is different. That's the whole point of camping, I suppose. And we'll shout out to a couple of really long time and good supporters of the channel. Bisley, for one, because the clothing has been really important on this trip. Some nice new Puma boots too. We've been sort of chucking a few shots in, and look, that's the way these things work. You know, if we didn't have those guys, we wouldn't be able to afford to do what we do. And they've made a difference this trip, that's for sure. Obviously definitely. The UEV 490 has been perfect for this trip, and all 4x4 spares throwing us out the UHFs. We really utilised those as well. So
kids love them.
Some new stuff to use this trip's been fun as well. Obviously the canopy's on and it's finished, and we're going to do a full walk around of that thing. That's been a real joy to use this trip as well. Heaps of power in that thing with the inverter, and I won't ramble on because I'm a nerd with my 12 volt, and
that'll be another video.
it is. So it's time to go home. We've had a ball. I hope you have enjoyed Barrington Tops National Park and State Forest. Don't forget,
you only live once.
Get out there and enjoy it. See you next time.
Bye.